Hi everyone, this is Chase the Channel. My name is Kirill and we talk about watches here. Today we have another new release of 2024 from Casio G-Shock, but actually it's not entirely new. They took the already familiar GA-700 series and dressed it in steel. We've seen similar transformations before, but this time it turned out incredibly beautiful, and we'll look at two pieces at once. This is the classic version in gray-black tones and a deep purple shade. Both versions you can purchase in our store, chasetheclub.com. Links will be in the description. Well, indeed, up close it looks very solid, even if you didn't know how. The polymer GA-700 series it's still clear that steel has been beneficial here, giving it such a noble appearance immediately. Although it seems to have the classic G-Shock outlines from the 2010s, meaning these are large cases, multiple protrusions that protect the flat mineral glass, large textured buttons with protective rings around them. In general, this whole spirit has been preserved. There's also a combination of polishing and satin finishing here. It all looks great in the light. On the back, of course, there's information about shock resistance and water resistance on the case back. So it's still a reliable G-Shock, but let's not forget that this isn't a fully steel case, meaning there's polymer material protecting the mechanism inside. You can see it peeking out, while the outside is steel, but it's made from a solid piece, so it's quite a substantial case, yet it's not heavy. It's also not expensive, meaning let's say the price stays within reasonable limits compared to fully steel G-Shocks and still looks solid. This is our classic version with gray and black tones. But there's also a dark purple version. There's a coating on the case here. From a distance it might even look black, but it's actually a very beautiful night purple shade. By the way, he's also on the arrows. It's also on the indices. The dial here is already black, even a graphite color. Here's black specifically. We have an inverse screen. Yes, maybe someone doesn't like it. Someone might be confused by it, but overall they are large, meaning they're quite easily distinguishable. Here is the mode indication. Here we have the seconds visualization. And at the bottom, the day of the week, month, date. By the way, if desired, you can change this information here. This is how to show the city. Here, by the way, don't forget, there's quick access to the stopwatch. This was also in the GA-700 series, which we've reviewed several times in different color variations. It's extremely convenient for athletes. That is, if you don't want to switch between modes, look for a stopwatch somewhere, turn something on, right away from the current time mode, just hit start. And everything can be run with proper timing intervals, ensuring smooth operation. But otherwise, the functionality stays exactly the same. There's a countdown timer. It goes up to 1 hour, which might seem like not a very long interval, but it's nice that tenths of a second are measured. Right now it's inconvenient, of course, that the hour hand is blocking the view, but you can see the tenths of a second are measured, so the timer is as accurate as possible. After all, we're used to seeing timers that usually count by seconds. In world time mode, alarms, there are 5 of them here, one with snooze function, standard sound, nothing surprising, stopwatch with 1/100th of a second accuracy, with the ability to measure up to 24 hours. And here, by the way, you can also set a target time, so they are still designed for sports despite their appearance. And, regarding the content, it remained the same as before, but the appearance has improved. If we remember the metal interpretation of the GA-110 series, specifically the GM-110, then yes, the steel was beneficial there, but I didn't see a big difference. Well, yes, they started to look a bit more premium, whereas here, the difference between the polymer version and the steel one is simply night and day. The steel has truly transformed these watches. So, the backlight is bright, with an LED located between 6 and 7 o'clock, and yes, it illuminates the analog time well, meaning you can read the hands and understand what time it is, but the information on the digital displays is absolutely not visible. And this is really one of the main drawbacks of the series, so pay attention to this if this aspect is important to you. As for the dimensions, they have hardly changed compared to the polymer version. It's still a large, massive case, and accordingly, it's slightly oversized for my 16.5 centimeter wrist, to put it mildly. The case height is 58.4 millimeters, width 53.4 millimeters, thickness 18.6 millimeters. Yes, it's substantial. I can feel them on my wrist, even though they weigh only 111 grams, which isn't that heavy for steel. Nevertheless, the watch is quite noticeable. And the black strap in both versions is made of polymer material. The strap is absolutely standard G-Shock style, with double holes, with a polymer buckle for a wide range of wrist sizes, from almost 14 to almost 22 centimeters. So even though you can buy them for, say, small wrists or even children's wrists, you should pay attention to the dimensions. The watches aren't small. By the way, the dark purple version looks very stylish. It's more of an evening option. Beautiful, but the silver ones are perhaps more suited for everyday use. Although both models, of course, can be used in daily environments, but the best option here, perhaps, would be on a bare wrist, on a large bare wrist, in my opinion. You probably shouldn't wear them with sweaters or shirts. Although here, of course, it's all up to your discretion. After all, when Casio adds steel to a G-Shock, they consider that the watches become less sporty and more suited to semi-formal conditions, let's say. Yes, it's not strict dress code, but nevertheless there appears a certain restraint and a certain premium quality in the appearance, so the application remains at your discretion. It's also worth noting that this new model was released quite recently, and in addition to our two guests today, there's also a gold version. It hasn't reached us yet, but I'm sure it will soon. In any case, the series turned out to be maximally pleasing to the eye. Why? Because we are comparing it with the polymer version. I'm mentioning this again, and we see an incredible difference. The series has truly transformed, become more refined, and now looks stylish, even eye-catching. I can say that if these watches are on your wrist, they will attract attention. It's good that the previous functionality remains. It's just sports-oriented, meaning quick access to the stopwatch, precise timer, stopwatch with the same target. The appearance is excellent, I'll say it again, but there are, of course, a couple of drawbacks that I mentioned. This is, of course, the backlight, which doesn't allow you to automatically read the time from the electronic display, which is inverse, which many people also don't like. But I believe that this series was definitely not released in vain. It will definitely find its fans. And you can purchase this series at good prices in our store, chasterclub.com. At the end, I would like to know your opinion. Which model did you like more? Be sure to comment about it. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. That's all. Goodbye, everyone.